Ta-da! Sorry. Still dying here. Hello everyone and welcome to the tradition that it is if I get a new car, we look at the manual together because that's just fun. If you haven't been there 3 years ago, more than 3 years, 3.5 years ago, I think, when the ID3 manual was online, I looked through it live here on a live stream. 2 hours we looked through it. I don't think it will take that long for the ID7. I looked through it yesterday, a quick and there were a few things I didn't know, a few things that and interesting and nice, a few things that will be annoying, a few things I don't know if this is true, and one thing that is totally false. I found in the manual. Before we start, let's greet a lot of people here. We have Whittaker here, we have Grow M here, Photostorm, Patreons and channel members are here. Channel members you can also always see in the chat. They have a special color. They support the channel. They're awesome. And they also get information all the time that others don't get at all or way later. Christmas paper and a giant bow. I doubt that. Yes, but first I thought we'd go through some news that I have seen, and then sorry, and then we talk about my ID7, what's going on, and then we go into the manual. But first, some news. IONITY opened the first charging park with the new hyperchargers, the 400 kilowatt hyperchargers. So they look the same as the normal hypercharger, but it's just a HYC 400. And IONITY decided for those chargers that it will be split in two 200 kilowatt charging stations. So the maximum power you can charge on those stations is 200 kilowatt. The older HYC 300s, they have 4 different charging parts, I don't know how you call them, and each one can do 75. So you can either charge with 75, 150, 225, or even above that. It all is about the configuration, and IONITY decided to have this. Next, Volkswagen will cut costs for staffing by a fifth of part of its 10.8 billion savings plan. The boss, what's his name, Schäfer, that I met in Munich, said that they have to put costs down by a lot. Why do I get this here EV6 video? And one of the things will be staffing cost. Next, also Volkswagen, they will start bidirectional charging in Europe. So for this, sorry, it's not sickness, I just have weird stuff in my throat right now. For this you need a car with at least 3.5, 3.2 doesn't support it yet, and it has to be a 77 kilowatt hour battery, so if you have an ID3 Pro it doesn't work. And then you need a special charger, and then you even right now you need a special charger that also has a home battery, home system and everything. Then you can use it. Then you plug it in, and with 11 kilowatt it can get power for the house from the car, or put it into the car from solar panels. What you cannot do is put it into the grid with the hardware that is supplied right now. There will be other hardware. Right now it's not from Eli, which is a company from Volkswagen. Right now it's a different company that does that. And next thing, sorry. Volkswagen halts ID3 Cupra Born production in Germany over demand concerns. So right now nobody wants to buy Cupra Borns or ID3s, so they deleted one shift, the night shift, and they also already closed down the Zwickau. Ooh, there's a writing mistake in there. It's fine. The Zwickau factory for those lines, ID3 and Cupra Born, for the rest of the year. So if you have ordered one and you were hoping it would be built very soon, no. That's bad. Next, this is interesting. BMW has built an iX with a different battery, Gemini called, and it doubles the range of the car. 608 miles they achieved, but I have no idea what test they did. And the important thing is the doubling. It's WLTP. That's it. And in Germany, in Europe, it would be 978 kilometers that you get with in WLTP range with this special battery. Where can we see when it was going to be out? Is there anything? What? 185 kilowatt hours? Well, yes, you get more range with that because the original one has 105. So I get that, or even the smaller one has 85 or something. But I'm guessing it's smaller or not as heavy. I don't know. That's interesting. Then we'll look at the IONITY map very quick and then we start. Portugal has still 3 charges missing. Spain has a lot. France is full. Ooh, Britain gets a lot. Look at that. Ireland is nothing done. Northern Ireland is still the same. Scotland is still the same. Then we have Belgium, Netherlands, not much going on. How about my area? Yeah, this we know. Oh, I didn't know this. That there's another one here in Linz. And then up here, what do we have here? Nothing new. No, I'm still waiting for this here. Nothing going on. Yeah, Hamburg. Yeah, we can do that. There's no problem. Yes. So let's go and talk a bit. But first, what did you say? Manual, the comeback. It had to be done. For your information, ID3 manual live took 6 hours. No, it did not. 6 hours. It felt like 6 hours. They often have no IDA. I don't know what that means. Good evening, free of the COVID? I think so. I don't know if I had COVID. It just were the same symptoms I had a month ago in March when I had COVID the first time. So I'm guessing. But I'm better now. Finally, it started on Sunday evening. And it was the worst on Tuesday, and it got better and better. It was never horrible. Like in March, I was down for 2 weeks. Now this was a bit better. Gonna be interesting to see how rear-wheel drive will work during winter with your future ID7. Well, my ID3 has rear-wheel drive as well. There's no difference. Chris, my ID5 also arrived at the dealer yesterday, 2 months and 2 days, including transport. Let's see who of us will get the brief first. Cute. Very, very cute. Yes, let's talk about Servus, Lars Peter. He has to say it twice because he hasn't been greeted, and he's right. He needs mentioning. How's my ID7? It's finished. So it started building. When did it start building? Where are we? I think on the... Where are we? On the 20? No. I think on the 16th it started building. November 16th, construction started on the car. I know that it got the paint job on that day. But then the person that I contact who tells me everything, who can see what's going on with the car, was sick the next week. And then this week I was sick. No, it's the other way around. No, it wasn't on the 16th. It was on the 23rd. It's true, 2 weeks late, because it was planned on November 8th. There we have it. It started on November 23rd exactly, and then a week after that it was finished. I don't know when, because I got to know that it's done on this Tuesday, on the 5th December, and It's very expensive here in Norway. What's not cheap here as well. And the thing is now I need the paper. The leasing company has to send me the papers, and then I will register the car. I have the plates already. You saw the pictures. Plates are downstairs. I have reserved the license plate. They would not have to had to close the factory if they had made the Born four-wheel drive. Nah, I don't think that has anything to do with that. Four-wheel drive just makes it more expensive and it doesn't fit. But if it would be more expensive, you still don't sell more cars. You see that with the ID4, how many are all-wheel drive and how many are just rear-wheel drive. Most of them are just rear-wheel drive. You rarely see a GTX. Don't you have VAT Norway now on EVs as well? Yeah, isn't there something changed? That's why it's so expensive. So, your ID5 is very great. Thanks. Hence, subscribe. Wish I knew more about the style versus tech trims earlier on. Thank you very much for watching and subscribing. So now I still don't know. I know the car is done. I know it has to be transported to Wolfsburg where I will pick it up. I need the papers. I have to register it. And I still need winter tires. I've ordered winter tires with them, but so far nobody can tell me if the winter tires will arrive very soon. And I have a day planned where I want to pick up the ID7, but it's not sure. But I know that people are working on it. I'm in contact with a lot of people at Volkswagen and they're extremely nice. I have to say that I'm very privileged here and I feel very loved. They really want to give me the car. They know how long it has been and we talked about it for a while and everything. They have the fire with me to get this car. They know how excited I am, and they will be Volkswagen people. They will film something with me when I get the car, and when I do my first drive for the ID Drivers Club. I'm guessing it will be a very exciting day. But again, I still don't know when. We'll see. Tires or full wheels? Full wheels, so I can switch them. I get the exact same winter wheels and tires that I have for summer tires. Just the winter ones can withstand the salt, and it's the same size. Everything is exactly the same. So my ID7 will look exactly the same in the winter than in the summer. No change. Even though there are winter tires on there, and it's being delivered with summer tires, and for winter tires, like I said, I still need them. We'll see. Here in Ireland, the ID4 is very popular with taxi drivers. They still get very good tax breaks on them. That's cool. Been ages since the last feud. Are you getting a new car? You should do that more. Yes, I made a video and everything. You haven't watched it? I will be getting an ID7 and hopefully soon, but I don't know. But sponsored by Volkswagen. Why is it sponsored then? I don't get it. It's just because there are people who help me and are nice to me. Doesn't mean that I get sponsored. You've seen millions of videos and I have said many bad things about Volkswagen, what they did wrong and what they should do differently and what the cars should be better in ways, and I criticized them and everything. But I still like the drive, but whatever. Is there any update on Tesla chargers being released to non-Tesla cars customers? I remember this was being tested, but I'm sure things moved on. This has been open for other brands for a year or 2 years, for a long time. 53, 200 euros for tour car here in Norway. It's 57 here. So that's okay. Let's get into the manual. Here it is. Important. Volkswagen has a weird system to get to your manual for your car. I don't know why. You need the VIN. So you cannot go on the website and say Volkswagen ID3 manual. You can't do that. Is your ID7 with the smaller or the bigger? The bigger doesn't exist yet. It will be the normal 82 kilowatt hours gross, 77 net, the same battery that is in ID4, ID5 and so on. Not here. In Germany, in most European countries, this is already online. How much do you think you will earn from reviewing ID7? Well, with paying every month, I won't earn anything. This was not the reason to get it. This is just the next step. It is a part, but it's not the reason. 2 years, yes, for Tesla charges, in EU for non-Teslas. Any piece of news about the new Skoda will update 3.0 software to newer version? I have no idea. I'm sorry. I don't know. So if you want to get to the manual, you need an ID7 in your My Volkswagen account, or you need a VIN. And the thing is too, if you get a VIN from a prototype or a car that you see somewhere at a dealer, it might not work because the car also has to be sent that it is a customer car and that you can get in. And I was lucky, I got my VIN on Tuesday and I could add it to my Volkswagen account already. Also in the app, it's already in there. But of course the car is not connected to me and I have access to the manual. So that's awesome. Do you get a paper version as well, or is it digital now? There's a paper version in the car always, has been with the ID3 as well. They even changed the manual every time there was an update at the car. So at the dealership, so they put 3.2 manual in there and stuff. But let's get in. It's time to go. Like I said, I have seen a few. It's rear-wheel drive only. Right now, it's only rear-wheel drive. There will be an ID7 GTX all-wheel drive. I don't know when this will come out, and I also don't know the price. I'm pretty sure the big battery GTX, if this exists, will cost 6, 7, 8,000 euros more than mine, and this is just not affordable. Still no heat pump and advanced thermal management system with heat scavenging, right? You can have a heat pump for the ID7, but I don't have. I won't have one. Advanced thermal management system with heat scavenging? I don't think so, as far as I know. I'm looking forward to Golf GTI Electric. Why 2028? Because the normal ID2 has to come first. The service heft is all digital. I don't like it. I would like a paper one. My ID3 still got one. 41,000 euros for a 224 Polestar 2 single motor long range here in Norway. That's great, but it's a totally different car than an ID7. Space-wise, comfort-wise, everything, feature-wise. That's you can't compare that. I wouldn't think you should compare that. I mean, ventilated seats, massage, and all of this, and different seats, but you have Android Automotive, which is amazing. Let's go into, where are we? Explanations, we don't need that. Description, vehicle overviews. 300 kilometers on a highway at 130 at 0 degrees with rain still not possible. I don't know. Ooh, we have a new member. That's the stuff. Get in there. Hey, Sealy Killer 3R. We have a new member. That's nice. I forgot what battery ID7 has. I just said it, 77. 300 kilometers on the highway? No, it should be no problem. In the summer, it should be almost 400, like the Ioniq 6. I mean, a Model Y long range, even all-wheel drive in the summer can do 370. So that should be no problem. Front view, let's go. There we have it. We have our normal tow hook here. We have sensors, parking sensors. We have side park, the sensors on the side, because ID7 will come standard with Park Assist Plus, memory parking, front assist, travel assist. All the hoopla that Volkswagen has will be in the car standard. If you watch my configuration video, there's just a few things that you can add, like the panoramic roof, heat pump, the interior, what seats, is it the normal comfort seats or the premium seats? Sorry. And exteriors are a few things that you can change, but it's not a lot. What's CX for ID7? 0.23, I think. How much better is the infotainment system compared to ID3? I have tested ID software 4.0 with the ID7 in March and with an ID5 a few weeks ago. You should watch that video. It was from September. That was amazing. Silly liquor. That's okay. That's nice. A new ENIAC 85 had 4.0. Would also like an update. I want what the 4.0 is for the new ENIAC. We won't get it on the old cars. The same with ID cars. I want the full detailed review on Volkswagen Travel Assist. It has been done many times, but we can do that. Glacier White. Yes. So. And then you have your radar sensor here in the front, and you have your area view, 360-degree camera, the same door handles as the ID4, ID5, and 8 has something which I didn't know, that the windscreen is heated. I had no idea. I thought it's the same as ID3 and hot air gets on there. But we'll see in the climate that it says that this has a heated windscreen. I had no idea. I didn't know. Look at me. I don't know if that's true because we've watched the ID3 manual video and there were a few things in there that were wrong. So we'll see. In the back we have also our backup camera, reversing camera, and with the ID7 it doesn't hide as far as I know. I can't remember, I could be wrong. I'm not saying that. I haven't seen anything that it says that it's hiding. It would be nice with the hiding. We still have no extra buttons for rear. That's the same as in ID3 for the rear window control. It's the exact same thing here, and we have also to open and close the tailgate. You have the same spot. The door handle inside is a bit thin, it's a bit different. That's not the same. And up here, of course, our usual that the car is locked, that you notice. Driver side. God, it's a lot. They should do the same with the rest of that is. Give the extras as standard. They are losing big time compared to Tesla. Carl Manning has made video of ENIAC 85X where he shows the infotainment system is faster. Oh, yes, and it's the same as in, like I said, ID5, ID4 with the new hardware that I have shown in September. It's all exactly the same. It has almost 5 meters. Can you fit in your garage? It's 70 centimeters longer than the ID3, and yes, it fits. It's quite impressive, all things considered. Ja, wohne in Oberösterreich. Braunau! That's not far from here. Honestly, these EVs from traditional automakers with crappy software, bad apps, bad thermal management, not very efficient at high speed, are not appealing. Only, I can see it, only decent EV today is Tesla Model 3. Well, if you want all of those things that you just said, yes. If you want comfort, then no. Model 3 is not comfortable, and I want a comfortable car. And I would like, yes, it's great software, but there's just so much stuff missing in a Model 3 that I like in a car. The fact that they still don't put 4 buttons for 4 windows is mind-boggling. It's not mind-boggling, it's just a decision. They thought it looks better. It's not as cramped with so many windows, and how often do you do the rear windows? And I have noticed Cindy, for example, never did that in 3 years and 3 months. One time she called me, how do I do that with the rear windows? One time, and I rarely open the rear windows from the front, so I don't care. Sorry, I'm dying here. Then we have our normal view where you can't see that much. We're gonna go on. Center console, we have cup holders, we have wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs that support 45 watt. In the rear are also 2 USB-Cs with 45 watt. You can close this up. Here is your key if the key doesn't work for whatever reason. And 2 drink holders, like I said, and the middle console here that you can open with a button. Front passenger side, we have our air vents here that are controlled by the infotainment system. Air vent here is up to the sky, the airbag, and we still have a normal glove box with a normal opening. No weird button. On the roof, we have either you have the panoramic sunroof that can be see-through or not with a button. I don't have that. Or you have your light and then your SOS repair and info button where you can call someone from Volkswagen and ask them something. Driver information, what is this? Symbols in instrument cluster, introduction, digital instrument cluster. Let's go in here. So the new instrument cluster for the ID.7 is very small. It's not as big as the normal ID.3, 4, 5 because in the ID.7 the focus is on the head-up display. It still shows, can I see the big? Yeah, it still shows your temperature, your assistant driving things, your speed sign recognition, state of charge, range, and your speed and power. And by the way, this is totally wrong what they did here. At 60%, you don't have almost no regen and almost all the power. It's just a picture. It's fine. I get it. How do I get it back? Yeah. But not more. You don't have your navigation in there and you don't have your trip data in there, which is sad, but that's just how it is. And you can switch a few areas with the buttons down here, and it's more for the okay if you have to remove a error message or something. And this is the stuff that you can see. So all your messages still appear in there, but not anything more. Then your e-meter, e-display, we already talked about that. Where are we? It's the wrong one. I wanted the power display. This is the one here, the same as in ID.3, 4, 5, ID bus, and so on. Head-up display. Is there a picture? You can change the view of the head-up display with the buttons down here. No, with the buttons here, the arrows, because this is next song, previous song. I'm wrong. Because on the other side you have volume down here, and here's this. With view and the arrow buttons and OK, you can change between that. You can see your range, your state of charge, your average consumption, navigation. What else? And you can just, if you want to see that or not, you can all change that. And why is this? It's weird. And where we are, operating head-up display, we did that. Then we have, what is this? ID light. I totally forgot that the ID.7 still has the ID light with the same things that ID.3, 4, and 5 have as well. So it will show charging, opening, closing, reduce power, navigation, phone call, voice control, steering wheel contact detection, eco assistant, park assist plus. Adaptive cruise control things, stuff like that. It will show all of this, and it's always great for navigation if you have to get off. At some point we did this entry menu. Yeah, this is now interesting. I had no idea. When you get into the car, you know, with ID.3, 4, 5 bus and so on, when you get out of the car, there's an exit menu where it shows you when it will charge, to what state of charge it will charge, when the next preheating of the car is planned, if there's an update and stuff like this. The ID.7 or ID Software 4.0 also has an entry menu, and this is very interesting. If on the last drive you have changed things and then you get in again, it asks you if you want to reuse those settings or if you want the standard settings. And I don't mean all of your settings in the car. It's just a few settings. It's the speed warning of the advanced road sign display, because in new cars right now, so like Ioniq 6 had it, Kia EV9, all the new cars now they come out, the EU regulation is that when you drive and there's a speed sign recognition, it has to show you. And I don't know if it has to be a sound, but for example on Kia and Hyundai, there is a sound, and if you drive too fast, there's also a warning that can be with a sound. But you can turn that off, but it has to be on every start. But here it says that you can get into the car If you have turned that off the last time, you can press use the settings from last drive, and it will do that. And it has driver attention, because if you drive and you look once to the left, it will warn you, hey, look to the road, also annoying. Drowsiness monitor, I get that you keep that. Lane assist. Lane assist, if you turned that off the other time, it will do that. Then ESC, the stability control, whoever turned that off, but if you don't want that. And driver profile selection. This is something weird and negative. In my ID3 with software since the start till now, it doesn't matter what drive mode I'm in. If I get out of the car, come back in, it is in the same drive mode. I'm driving an individual, and it is always an individual when I get into the car. Here in this manual it says ID7 will always start with comfort, so with the normal profile. But if you have put it into something else, and again you select this, I want the settings from the last drive, then it will do that right away. My other thing, except for the drive mode, I don't think I can do anything about that. What I wanted to do when I get the ID7 is use OBD11, change the lane assist setting. You can do that because lane assist is just for Europe, and this car is not just for Europe. So in the car, built in are settings that you can switch between countries. So EU regulation, US regulation, China regulation, and so on. And for example, in my ID3 I can do that too. I can say lane assist, I'm not in Europe, and then it won't turn on automatically when I get into the car. And the same is for the speed warning, driver attention, drowsiness monitor. Drive profile selection, I doubt that I can change that. So it's possible that this will always be in comfort every time I get into the car. We'll see if this will always be the case. The manual is from June. So we'll see. But every time, tap the message to open the restore settings. Restore your individual settings from the last journey by tapping. And every time you get into the car, this menu is there. And you can just drive and do nothing, or you tap it and restore settings. And I will restore settings. And you can activate, deactivate the message of the vehicle start if you want to. So it doesn't have to be there, but it's good that it has it. And the exit menu is just what I was talking about. Charging, stationary air conditioning, and interior monitoring can be turned off or on when you exit the car. Vehicle settings. What is this? Depending on equipment performance monitor. What is this? Can I go there? Well, why is there an error and then I can't click it? Lap timer. I doubt that this is something in the car. I think that's wrong. Or maybe in the GTX. That's weird. We don't have that. Driver attention, yeah, we did this. Advanced road sign signal, yeah, system limits. This is what I was talking about, driving with the speed warning function. You can turn it off in the assist system, but it will turn on every time you get into the car. It's just regulation in the EU. Can't get around it. That's how it is. Then we did driver information, opening, closing. I have seen something interesting in there too that I never knew. And I think it's the same. I think it's the same in my ID3, but I always did it wrong. First of all, it's the same key. Where are we? It's the same key that I have now. There's no difference. Only the ID bus has different keys if you have the electric side doors. Keyless locking, unlocking, locking with keyless access. Yeah, I had no idea. I know that this is locking, so if you tap this B on the door, it will lock. I had no idea that inside you have to press for open. And I never needed that because I have keyless entry on. I get close to the car and it unlocks. That's why I never noticed that. That there is an unlocking thing. I'm so sorry with the coughing. Maybe I need something to drink. Do I go down? But it's cold then. Yeah. Yes, we did the locking, doors and central locking button, that's the anti-theft alarm, interior monitoring, boot lid is the same, windows, blah, blah, blah. Where was the trunk? There was something with the trunk I wanted to see. Is this later? Opening and closing, there must be the trunk. Did you? That is, with easy open motion. Yeah, this picture here. I always thought when you do the easy open with the trunk, you have to do sideways. But this says here you have to do it in the middle, front and back. And then it will open, and it also does the close. So if you have your hands full and you want to close, you can also do that. And then you can go away and it will close. I had no idea. I have to test all of this, and I thought always it's a sideways motion, but no, it's not. You have to move it forward and backwards. Quickly move your foot and shin away from the bumper again. So move your foot and shin quickly towards the bumper and then away. Huh, I had no idea. So opening, closing, steering wheel, adjusting position. Yeah, it's still a manual adjustment. Front seats, then something else I have seen that I didn't know. First of all, I don't have mechanical adjusted seats, I have electrical seats. I have all of this. Finally, ID3 had manual seats and no memory function. ID7 will have that, and we need that. Every time Cindy drives the ID3, the seat has to go all the way up, and we have to do that manually. And you do it with a movement up, it's like pumping. And it's, I think, over 20 times to go from totally up to down and the other way around. Then the seat has to go forward, and the rear view mirror has to be changed, but this will be the same here. The rear view mirror doesn't save position or can be even adjusted electrically. But I have memory seats, so we can do me to 1 or 2, whatever, and her the other number, and then we just switch and And I also want to try on her the easy entry, if this is something that she would like. God, this stupid cough. Maybe I really need something to drink. If she likes easy entry, maybe that's nice for her to get in. I have no idea. And you can adjust the seats also in the infotainment system, the position. You can adjust, I showed that in my video, you can adjust the passenger seat if you're on the driver's seats in the infotainment system, forward, backwards, up, down, all the stuff, all in the infotainment system. You can have your massage function in there with different programs, and of course seat heating, ventilation, and both at the same time. There's also max heating and max cooling, and there's drying, which I think is just heating and cooling at the same time. Oh, venting, not cooling. And synchronize, you can move both at the same time. I have that. Then automatic belt pre-tensioning on both sides. Settings for seat air conditioning can be automatically, that it recognizes it's cold in the car. I will turn on the seat heater and stuff. That's nice. The rear seats, yes, you can fold the rear. I didn't know that there's a button in the trunk to fold down the rear seats when you are at the trunk if you need space. I had no idea. I didn't see that when I was driving it and looking at it. That's very nice. I like that. Headrest, seat functions, what do we have? Memory functions, center armrest opens up like this. In the rear you also have a middle armrest. You have a memory function in the seat too. And I didn't know that, I can see that. You can save the driver seat and exterior mirror settings for driving forwards and reversing. I think this, I don't know if this is new, but it says here that if you save a position and then you put it into rear, you can save the right, I think it says, Select reverse gear. Adjust the exterior mirror on the front passenger side so that you have a good view to the curb area, for example. So you can set the rear view, not the rear view mirror, the side mirrors in a way that you like for reversing all the time. Then every time you put it into reverse, it will do that. That's nice. So, and you can be any position that you want, not the position that the Volkswagen thinks you need. Convenient entry function, personalization. Yeah, you can store your seat position in your Volkswagen account, and when you get into a different car, you can get the position and stuff like this. Yeah, it never worked. Massage function. Here I found the error because it says when the massage function is switched on, the lumbar support moves and massage the lumbar region. And that's wrong. The ID7 doesn't have lumbar things moving up as ID3, 4, 5. ID7 has air cushions blowing up and losing air. So this is wrong. As far as I know. I could be wrong here as well, but as far as I know, that the comfort seats has 8 cushions in the back. The premium seats has another 2 cushions even in the seat, so it can move you up so your bum doesn't fall asleep when you do the massage function. Vehicle light. We have our typical switching lights off, on, off. And again, here the front, the max here. I think this is wrong. This should say front. Because I think this is the should be heating for the front. We will see that in the climate where it says that the ID7 has heated windshield. I didn't know. Switching main beam on off is the light is different, and the wiping control in the ID7 because the right gear change where you had the wipers is now gone. So you had the gear change and then you had the wipers in ID3, 4, 5. Now where the wipers were is only the gear change because your instrument cluster or cockpit is not attached to the steering wheel. And on the left is all your wipers and everything. So you have lights front and back for the high beams. You have blinkers up and down. Then you have your wiping here with off. Then automatic, so with a rain sensor, but only 2 steps. In my ID3 I have 4, from 1 to 4. Here I only have 2, so low sensitivity or high sensitivity, and then a bit of wiping and a lot of wiping. And on the side the button is a light push is just 1 wipe, and a strong push is and holding is then wiper fluid and cleaning the windshield. Of course we have our where is it? High beam control, May beam control? No, doesn't say here. The dynamic light assist, so that it matrix LED headlights is again standard in ID7. You can't get right now an ID7 without that. Fog lights, side lights. Side lights are the ones when you are driving slow and you turn, that extra lights on the side turn on. Interior light, we have the normal lights as we have in ID3 and so on. And we have the background lights or the ambient light. Glove box has a light. They still have dimming functions. When you press it and stay on it, it will darken and not be fully bright. Vision, what's vision? We did the wipers, yep, what I just said. Rain and light sensor. You can select in the infotainment system, as with all IDs, when the light should turn on, early, normal or late. I have it always on early. The mirror has its own, has a sensor in the mirror and in the front to darken or not. Yet this also here, it shows a manual rear view mirror, which in ID7 doesn't exist right now. The controls for the external mirrors, protection of the sun. We have the sun visors with a light. It will be exactly the same as in my ID3. I don't think there will be any difference. And then of course we have, if you want to have the smart glass that you can turn on with this, that it's see-through or not, transparent or not. And this is something I have no idea, communication window illustration. And I think this is for other countries, that it will have stuff in there for toll systems and stuff like this. I don't have that. Heating and air conditioning. Now we get into the interesting stuff. In the menu of the air conditioning, finally something is in there that I always missed in ID cars. It will change color if it's heating or cooling. So if you turn on your air conditioning and you put it to 22 degrees, 21, whatever, and it shows the air in red, you know that it's heating up your cabin. And when you put it to 20 degrees and it shows in blue, it's cooling it. And that's awesome. I like to see that. In ID3 right now, I have no idea in the summer if I put it to 22 degrees, let's say in spring, is it heating right now or not? But because sometimes I say it's fine in here, I don't need extra heat, but it does it and I didn't know. So I love that this is now different. Of course, you can turn it on, off. You can turn on and off the rear, that it's being heated and cooled differently. You have automatic mode. You have automatic vent position, where it because the vents are like with the ID3, you do the positioning in the infotainment system. If you do the middle vents, and this can be automatic. So when you use, for example, the smart climate and you say my hands are cold, the air vents will go to your hands on your steering wheel and the steering wheel heater will turn on automatically. This is all one system thing. Temperature control is now, where's my picture? I thought they showed a picture. I thought there was a picture. Rear lock, rear function, air stationary air conditioning. I thought there was a picture that shows this is then red. This is what I wanted to say, red or blue on depending. And with the finger you can then say, if you use the middle air vents, where the air should go. I will most likely not use that very often. Very likely I won't do that too much. Defrost function, yeah, it says it. Defrost function of climate clears the windshield of ice and condensation. The air is dehumidified. The blower is set to a high speed. Yes. And somewhere else it says seat heating, steering wheel heating, windscreen heating. Here, the windscreen heating works when the ignition is switched on. Switch the windscreen heating on and off. Touch the panel on the left to the multifunction steering wheel. So it is on the left. Switch the windscreen heating on and off in the air conditioning menu. So you can do that in both things. The windscreen heating switches itself off depending on either temperature or after around 8 minutes. So, and you have automatic windscreen heating as well. So it has both, which again can be true. There should be one. Either it has the button for the defrost on the left, or it has the windshield heating. I don't think you can have both. Rear window heating is the same as always. We have steering wheel heating is now either in the infotainment system or on the steering wheel itself, and you can just switch it on. That's awesome. The same as seat heating and seat ventilation. You always have it on the screen, so you don't have to go into a menu. So temperature is now, of course, temperature and volume. The buttons are now illuminated also in your main screen with ID Software 4.0 and the new hardware. And you can turn them all on and off without going into any menu. And you have, if you have watched my video of the ID7 in March, there are so many custom buttons that you can do. On the top, we can go through the video in after this. It won't take that long anymore. There's so many things that you can change. You have a lot of menus, even on the climate underneath, that you can change to see something different. If there are buttons that you need all the time. It's not all buttons that you can customize, but a lot. And seat ventilation is the blue one, and seat heating is the red one. And there's, like I said, there's a max heating button somewhere. On automatic settings for seat air conditioning. Yes, here it is. Maximum temperature setting of seat heating for a limited time, whatever that limited time is. I like that there's a max button because Cindy will need that. She likes that. And then of course we have a stationary air conditioning as now 2 that you can do via the app or in the car. Set a timer. It will be on for 30 minutes, or when you don't leave, 15 minutes later it will turn off. So maximum, if you have set it to 11 o'clock, it will start heating a maximum of 30 minutes, and then another 15 minutes afterwards. If you don't take off, it will turn off. So 45 minutes of heating if you forget that you have to go. And of course programming and everything the same as now. There's no difference in that. Driving, information on the drive, the functions of electric drive. What will it say here? Power output, braking energy, crawling function. Yes, if you drive in D. Information on the steering. What does it say here? Steering lock. Did I ever have the steering lock on the ID3? I don't think so. Pedals, brakes are the same. Activation of the vehicle's drive system is the same. Engine sound is the same. Leaving the vehicle when the vehicle's drive system is active. Does it even work when you have pressed the ignition button? Selecting a position. This is then D and B, I guess. Yes. This is the new button for drive select. It's a bit different than on the old ID345, but it will be the same on ID7 and the new ID45, and it's the same in the ID bus now already. It's the same motion. It's just a different size. That's all. You still have D and B. Driving profile selection, and driving profile will be shown in the car, and I think even with ID software 3.5 or even now you can see which drive mode you are in. It doesn't say the word, but it shows a special picture. It shows those. Eco is the one with the trees, comfort is nothing, sport is with a flag, and individual is with a heart. Those are the 4 drive modes. Since I don't have a GTX, I don't have snow and stuff like this. That's all then with the GTX all-wheel drive. And I would like to have that. Are you doing something? I want to close you. Why are you not closing? Hello? Why they're not? Driver assist. We have speed limiter as before. Speed limiter with predictive control. I never used a speed limiter. Eco assistant, I never drove. It just tells you, oh, it's going downhill. Take your foot off the accelerator pedal and coast to save energy. I'm not doing that. I drive myself. Then we have our normal adaptive cruise control, and which is as always, special limit, switching on, off, and we have a different control that I don't like. So this is the left side of the steering wheel. So down here is the volume button for the infotainment system. This is the same as now in all ID cars, but before you had your turn on your cruise control here, then you had a mode button, and then you had a travel assist button. This is gone. Travel assist is now just another mode. So if you have ever driven, I have seen that in the BMW cars, so all iX, iX1, iX3, i7, they all do it like this. So there's a mode button, and if you switch it, it can be either speed limiter, adaptive cruise control, or adaptive cruise control with self-steering. In here it will be the same. Hopefully you can switch through it fast, meaning if you are in the last one, which should be adaptive cruise control with steering, and the first one is speed limiter, and you don't want to be in the speed limiter, just turn off the self-steering. You can press it twice fast and it will go without getting into the speed limit. I hope it will be like this. And you turn off your cruise control with cancel or with touching the brake, and then of course you have resume, and this is the same control. Slide press is 1 km/h difference, and long press is 10 kilometers or 5 miles. it's the exact same control. Setting the AC, the distance is the exact same thing. You can swipe, of course, with the speed. Same with the distance. It can be plus, minus, or swipe. It's the same control. There's no difference. Lane keep assist, travel. I need the travel assist. Like I said, operating. This is when you go through the modes. Sadly, press set travel assist switches. Yes. I hope they've done that well, because it was amazing with since 3.0 that you can turn it off and on while having adaptive cruise control on without anything. Lane change system you have in the ID7. Of course, you have a side assist, where a blind spot warning is side assist, and we have lane change system, which is that's something different. That's it. No. Where is the... Well, what I mean is that on the highway, it will go out and pass another car automatically if you want that. Doesn't close the driving for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. Parking and maneuvering. I have seen something there. Parking the vehicle is totally, as always, just press the P and park brake will go on automatically. Auto hold function. We have park distance control in the front, in the rear. We have rear view camera. Area view is a 360-degree camera. How changing the camera view? Yeah, it looks like this. So you see the front, the side, and the rear, and your car in the middle. And you still see the camera where you're going right now. And park distance control is there. Rear view camera we just did. Park assist again in the ID7. You automatically have Park Assist Plus. You can't get it without. Park Assist Plus is that it will detect. You have to be in the park menu. You just press P, and then it will. When you drive, can't drive too fast. You can see if the car detects a parking spot, and then you can select how you want to park in there. So like this that you see here, or sideways, front first, rear first, whatever you prefer. And then you say please park, and you get your hands off the steering wheel and it will do it itself. You don't even have to do I think you just have to take the foot off the brake, then it does it. If you brake slightly, it does it slower. I can remember that. And it does all of this. It also does parking out of a parking space. So driving into a parking space, driving out of a parking space also. So when you're in a parking space, you can tell it to park out, and it will automatically at the end be in auto hold and is it already in B, and you can just drive. So it does that all automatically. Of course, you have parking with memory function, meaning every time you come home, not a lot can change. So if there are different cars parked around, the car won't recognize where it is. But if it's the same garage and you always drive into the same spot, you can go after you parked yourself and say, I want to save the parking that I just did. And the next time you get home, a message should appear, hey, you have a saved memory parking spot here. Do you want to do that right now? And then you can say, yes, please park me. If it does it at the exact same speed that you would want to do it, that's then different. That's just how it is. But for me, that would be way too slow. But if you are lazy and you don't want to park, then this will do your thing. And what I have found here is that I didn't know that it already exists, is Park Assist Plus with remote parking capability. So it says here, the Volkswagen app, for remote parking, you need an app. I already tried. I can't get it right now. There is nothing. Maybe it's not supported yet. Maybe this will come out later. But it tells me here I have to pair the phone with the car so that my phone is connected to the car via Bluetooth, not via mobile anything. It's so you can't be too far away, and that it will do not like Other cars like Kia or Hyundai, a bit forward, a bit backwards. No, it does a whole self-parking thing. So the same that it does when you were sitting into car, so the park assist where it parks itself in a parking spot, you can be outside and control this with your phone, that the car parks itself into a special parking spot that you have selected. That's very, very interesting. Of course, I don't need that, but it's just something to play around with. And maybe for some people, they love that if it's very narrow where they are. But again, I have no idea when the car is parked and you get to the car, can you easily start this and drive out? I have no idea. We'll have to see. Practical equipment, storage, sockets. We have a 12-volt outlet and 4 USB-Cs. That's all we have. What I can't remember, where was the 12-volt outlet? Where was that? Luggage compartment on the left-hand side. There we have it. Data transfer. Yeah, you have over-the-air updates that it says here. Cybersecurity. ID7 is the first ID card that has special new safety protocol that has been introduced in the EU, so that they think it's harder to hack your car and get... oh, has anyone seen the Netflix film with Julia Roberts that came this week, where all the Teslas do self-driving by themselves because the planet got hacked? It's so mean. Other cars will have that too. Vehicle to X we have here, so if something is happening on the car. Cable wireless, of course, using the internet, set up and deactivating Wi-Fi hotspot. It's the same as now. There's no difference. App Connect, also the same. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, mobile online services, setting up your Volkswagen ID, activation of free services, so you can control the car, see what it is. You can still have a PIN every time you get into a car that no one else can drive your car. You can set up a PIN or can use... No, they can drive, they cannot do anything with your settings. I don't know why you would want that, but it's still there. Infotainment system. What did I say that I wanted to talk about? Yeah, they crashed all into each other. Thank God I got an ID3 and I cannot be hacked. It's the same thing. Radio media. It says a lot of video is supported. I didn't know. A lot of video files in video mode. I checked that. Is supported. High voltage battery, that's very interesting. We have to go there. What did I want to talk about before? I just said we have to talk about this in a second or later. What was that? You know me, I forget everything. Leave the world behind. The balance is ready to high. Got mixed feeling after watching it. I got bored. Wasn't that good? 12 volt in the back still is not that good. It all depends nowadays what you use with your 12 volt outlet. And I have noticed that if I use something, it's either in the trunk or on the rear seats. It's not in the front. And I think that's why they used it. Does the manual show the settings? You can change the phone app, any changes in what you can control now? No, it doesn't show that. And that, as far as I know, ID software 4 will right now not have a lot of changes. I have a pin in the ENAC, but I thought it's only for infotainment. I thought you can't get into infotainment and change things and buy something from the store, something like this. But let's go to our high voltage. Speaking of dealer, only cow is it large. Kind of glad didn't go for it. That reason is a single guy. It's way too much space for me. I seem to look pretty much fully as I expected otherwise. Charge voltage battery, handling the high voltage battery, reliability. Battery care mode is still the same thing, where when you charge to 100%, it automatically goes back to 80. I don't know if you turn that off, if you always get the warning as I get now in the ID3. That's so annoying. Charging is the same. Where's my charging window? After charging, I wanted to show you that. Charging process display. No, that's not what I want. Charging settings, is it that? Overview of charging settings. Yes, I think it is. Yes, the new charging window is pretty nice. I like that. So in the charging wheel, you can see your current settings or detected charging location. Up here, you see your range, your state of charge, of course. You have here your the charging screen. I wanted to show you the video what you can customize, and then we can go through the charging screen here as well. This wasn't finished though. You see display of upper charge limit for immediate charging here, and then here you can select charge limit from 50 to 100%. End of restart charging, end or restart of charging, change the charging method. How do you change the charging method? Range gain during charging in kilometers per hour or kilometers per minute, and charging capacity in kilowatt. Why is it charging capacity? Range and charge left. What's 4 again? It's the end when it's done. And then in here, in the screen of the charging, you can also see a little flag. So when you're navigating a long trip and you have used the e-planner, so where it added the charging stations, it will show you in the charging screen where it thinks you should charge to. You don't have to, but it will show that with a flag. That's very, very cute. I like that. And that's the new charging menu. And now the amazing, where are we? Optimizing DC charging. That's the stuff we all want. We have the new charging optimization screen where it shows you the current DC charging power in kilowatt, start or stop heating of the high voltage battery. So there's a button down here at number 2 where you press and the battery heater will start. I don't know how much power it will use. We will see and test it. I think it will be around 6 kilowatt, which it has in the ID3 now, and I think ID7 will have the same thing. And, which also nice, it will show you at number 4 the maximum possible DC charging capacity. So it knows you are at 30% and the max it allows, it will show you then, I don't know, 150 kilowatt. And number 3 will the required time until the maximum DC charging capacity is reached. This is awesome. If this is true, if they really have implemented this, I would love that. So you're not just pressing the battery heater and waiting. It tells you it takes, I don't know, 12 minutes till the battery is as warm, so you get your full charging power. So when you're driving somewhere, it will do that automatically, of course, when you navigate to a charger. When the battery is cold, it will do that without telling you, I'm guessing. It would be nice if it would ask you. I always hate the automatic stuff. You can turn it off. In the navigation, you can say, do not do optimize battery when you navigate somewhere to a charger. You can do that. Oh no, only 150 kilowatt. I'm just saying something. I don't know. If it's at 30%, I think 150 is okay. Ooh, nice info for owners. All cars should start doing this. Yeah, but I like that it tells me the time. I want that. So in this picture here, it says 119 kilowatt and it takes 18 minutes, I guess, to that. It charges with 58 kilowatt right now and it looks like it's at 40 something percent. Chris Reaver showed this in the new Enyaq. Yes, the lucky bastard. He was invited to drive the new Enyaq. He wrote me 2 days ago if I'm invited too, but I was not. Skoda doesn't like me. And that's fine, I get it. Maybe they give me a car. By the way, it's so interesting. I was invited to drive the new Kia EV9. I was in Nice. I drove the car. I had to share the car with a different reporter. He was doing papers, so he didn't film anything. That was lucky for me, so I could film a bit. But again, we had, I think, all together maximum of 5 hours with the car, and we had to share the car. So if he would have filmed as well, I would have had 2.5 hours with the car. Then afterwards I asked Kia if I can have a press car, and they told me not right now because you were at the press event. Other people will get priority and you are then the last. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have gone there because I would get the Kia EV9 now and I have all the time in the world So a week to test it properly and not just 2.5 hours. So that, and I think it's the same with Skoda now. I hope they give me a car and I have more time with it than, but it's just later. That's the difference. What else do we have? Yeah, that's with the route, but this is nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And then the new home energy management system with bidirectional charging and charging with solar power. Yeah, navigation we forgot. Where's navigation? There it is. Navigation function and symbols. We don't need this. Personal POIs, 3D city maps, online map update, online traffic information, 360-degree range display. It's just a different design. It should be the exact same thing as it is right now. Important, voice assist is now different. Two different things. Number one, it's now online and you can ask it everything that you can ask Google Assistant or what is it, Siri and Alexa and whatnot. So you can ask it other questions as well, and you can change the activation word. Automatically it says it in here. In Germany, for example, it's Hello ID, but you can change it to whatever, and I will change it to the name of the car. Because I won't say that too much, and I've noticed that the word ID is been used a lot, and if I give it a name, that won't be used that much. I have no idea with the new IDA ID assistant if I can do more with the car than I can do now, and I mean not just heat and navigation. It would be nice if I can do more, like change drive modes that I couldn't do, open the window, turn off the climate in the rear, something like this. That would be very nice. Well, what did I press? I didn't want to do that. Infotainment system, voice assist, yep. Then, if and when, checking, refilling, tires, maintenance, we're almost done. Technical data, I saw something interesting. This here, vehicle identification number, so the VIN, I'm sorry, I have checked. I have this, of course, in my number, Volkswagen passenger car. Then number 2, depending on the manufacturer, which I find nice. It's a Volkswagen car. Why should it be on a manufacturer? It's just weird. Then the next one says it should be 14 for the ID7. Mine says something different. This I don't have. The next, it shows me that I have model year 2024, because this starts in July 2024. It's always from July to next year. Which is also already the next year, and it showed me that it's made in Emden, so I have the RE, and then I have the number here in the back, which it says sequential production number in a model year. And this is something I doubt, because mine is like here. I have a number here, then zeros, and then other numbers. And I doubt that, for example, this car here is number 400,953, especially with my ID7. I doubt that right now, it's the 5 for me, I doubt that right now 500,000 ID7 have been built. So I don't know what this first number is, but then I have a 0, and then I have 5 numbers here, which make way more sense. The numbers here, the 10,000 around, have been built. I'm okay with that. Very, very weird. Dimensions, if you want to see that. Front trunk, rear trunk. Do we have the height? Yes, we do. G. Ground clearance between the axles, 149 millimeters. Wheelbase with full load is almost 3 meters. Minimum turning circle diameter, 10.9 meters. I think the ID3 is 10.6. So this is pretty good. Electric vehicle drive, we have maximum power 210 kilowatt, that's 286 horsepower, 545 newton meters, 180 kilometers an hour top speed in all ID7s. Curb weight will be 2,172 kilos, that's 400 kilos more than my ID3. bigger battery and way more equipment in there. A weight rating, gross vehicle weight rating, so I can put in 500 kilos, is it it? Then trailer weight can be 1000 kilos, 1200 kilos, depending on the gradients. Maximum trailer weight unbraked 750. What else? And I think this is the roof rack, 75 kilos, or is this in the rear? I don't know. Load for, this is bicycle. Depends on the distance, 50 to 75 kilos, depending how far it is away. Number of bicycles. Okay. But let's look, what, it's 2 meters wide. What is the ID3 wide? I don't even know. So on the left lane in construction zones probably. Is it really that, was it that wide? Where are we? Towing, trailer, transporting. No, I wanted technical data. Dimensions. Width. No, 800, 1800, that's a bit less than 2 meters. Ah, wrong button. 1862. What is the ID3? Let's look. Where are we? Compare electric cars. ID3. Width is 1809 with mirrors 2070. Width 1800, so it's 5 centimeters wider, and with the mirrors it's 7 centimeters. So with the mirrors unfolded, it's 7 centimeters. That's much wider. I think that's okay. It's the length that's my problem. Where's my length? Length from bumper to bumper, 4,961 millimeters, and ID3 has 4,261. That's exactly 70 centimeters. 70 centimeters is this. That's a lot. That's half the size of Cindy. That's bad. So it has to fit in the well, in the garage, the iX fit, so this should fit as well. It should be no problem. Now let's see if I can find the video I wanted to show you from the ID7 infotainment system. This was in the premiere video. I'm sure it's long. There it is, and I'm speaking. Let's turn the volume down. Go this side and full screen. Yeah, so this is the new screen. I'm sure it's a bit blurry, and the navigation, the map didn't work back then. This was in March. But you have your drive data here that you can switch. This is your home screen, and down here the buttons are now illuminated. You still have on-off button, temperature on each side, and the volume button. You can still slide or press. It's all your decision. And there are buttons down here. So those two can be changed. These are set. So when you press this, seat ventilation is on in 3 steps. This is seat heating for driver, for passenger, and when you press this in the middle, I think you get to the seat, and you can also do the maximum thing. Here you get to the climate view. This is your home button, where you can always get to the home. So those two you can change, and I think those 3 you can change as well. I'm not sure. I know those 2. Let's see what you're doing there, Chris, in the video. Blah blah blah. Yeah, this, you can change those. If you press long, then you can say you want something else. So it should be climate, it should be anything else. You can even have two maps in the same window, whatever you want. And you can delete a page and you can add a page. And you can change this for different sizes. I think that the size of those stay the same, just what it shows is then different. So if this can be your map, this can't be too much because it's bigger. Then you can swipe to different layouts. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is between drive information and drive data. I have no idea. Maybe this is connected to a date. And why it says 6 kilometers here and 4.4 kilometers down here. I still don't know that, and I haven't seen it in the... These are the normal drive data that we always had. I don't know where you... I don't know if I pressed on this. I want if you can still see your instant consumption. That would be nice. And again, you can change it and have your drive data, for example, up there. Hopefully I can do it, put it in here. We'll see. And we still don't have tire pressure. It just, so not the number, it just shows a change. So when you're driving and you know your tire pressure is fine, you can save it. And then if there's a change on one tire, it will detect that, but it doesn't show you that it's 2.5 or 2.4 was. This up here is just your information that you're connected to the internet with 4G, your time, and if you have any info, this shows you that you have 3 pages. These are your shortcut buttons that you can also change. Right now we have the drive. I don't know if this is drive mode or it's just for your car to have the settings. Navigation, as this should be App Connect, so Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, media, phone, and I'm guessing either stationary air conditioning, ooh, now I have to sneeze, or your climate, I don't know. And I'm just pressing the seat heating, which is awesome, and seat ventilation. I think I left it on, didn't I? Yeah. Now I turn it back on and then I feel it minutes later. Now I think I changed those. Yes, you can change it, and this can be your auto function, AC on, AC max, or any one of those smart climate things that I have cold hands, cold feet. So if you, a lot of times you have cold feet, you just can have a button here that if you press it, automatically does that. I like that because Cindy has that sometimes. Feet warming or feet cooling or fresh air, I don't know, or free. I don't know what the button up here does. We'll see when the car comes, and it will go through everything, of course. And now it can be AC, and I can turn on the AC down here. And then this button I can switch to. And I have a second page that I don't look through. Go switch to the right. There's another one. Oh, come on. And the right side too. Yes. Even all 3. Yes. So you have 5 buttons underneath for climate that you can change. This you can't. This is your climate, and then this is your climate view, what you can see. So you have your AC on, AC max, where the air should go, and if you are not using those, if you use automatic, then with those 4 things you say where the air should go. And because it's blue right now, it means that it's cooling the air. These buttons up here will select those air vents either to the body or away from the body. And for the passenger and the driver, you have your settings here, the automatics functions for the climate, automatic seat heating and so on. The rear, which you can turn on and off or different temperature. Steering wheel heater in the climate or on the steering wheel, the button is here. And this is the windshield defrosting. Huh. Or is this the rear now? I don't know. I have to try myself. Down here we have, I think this is air care, where with AC it filters the air, and this is then recirculation. It doesn't look that much different now. They didn't change too much. This was on March 25th, a long time ago. 9 months ago, almost. Yeah, so here you can see that I'm changing where the air goes. If the middle ones are active. If you go and switch on to the windshield and to the feet, those are not active. They're not doing anything. And then with those buttons, it will go on the body and away. So, and I guess it detects where the body is, because it's not just, it doesn't look, it's random. And now I turn them off, so they don't do anything. I did well. Then the rear seat, we have seat heaters for the rear, and you can switch them on in the infotainment system. Of course, the people in the rear can switch them on in the middle console in front of them, and they can have different temperature, but you can also turn it off or lock it, that it's always the same as in the front. Steering wheel heater. Yeah, this is more in focus than this. Then we have the button. Yeah, this is the car button down here, and up there, like I said, you can change those as well, and it can be telephone, radio, media, navigation, the car that it is here. So it is not the drive mode, it is car functions, and drive mode is here, ambient light, assistant. So you can always get in all of those functions with the tile button here, but you can have a shortcut up here. What does the air care do? It filtered something. ID3 always had them. It shows you an animation that that some blue light is getting all over the car. I don't know. What happened now? Why am I doing this? Ah, it was cold. Like I said, you can switch those. Can be the park menu. Can be the seats if you do that a lot. Your drive mode. Whatever you do a lot. Because you don't have underneath the screen your climate, drive mode, assist and park buttons anymore. That doesn't exist anymore. If you want those, you want to have them up here. If you go to car, like I did now, then you have 6 fast access buttons here that you can also switch. You can go, when you press this, you go to the big menu where you can do all of your settings, but here you have your fast change buttons. So you can go into charging, assist, service position for wipers, head-up display position, head-up display on and off, and you can change that again. You can turn keyless access off. Ooh, that's no, it's so fast. I wanted to see what's in there. Keyless access, a trip. You can zero your trip in here. You can get to the charging menu, and head-up display on, head-up position, ID light on and off. Next page, service position. You can do you can fold the side mirrors or put the mirror down if you're gonna reverse, into reverse, auto hold, ESC system on and off, and alarm system and your assist system. And if you press this, then you are in your normal settings where you can also change all of this. And this is the same as it is now, right? Oh, and there's the instant consumption, so it's still there. That's good. It's just a different design now. So I guess this is your odometer, how many kilometers you have on the car, and then this is your trip from the start, for example, the same way, kilometers, time, average speed, average consumption. Here you put it to 0, and this is your instant consumption, and it's still in kilowatt hours per hour. And then here you have all of your apps. Spotify. We'll see if I get Spotify. You remember when I drove the ID5 with 3.1, I don't know how long ago, 1.5 years ago. I think it was in March of 2022, and it had Spotify in the car, and then they removed that from the shop. But it tells you the ID software, and this still takes long to show you what ID software it is. And back then, in this car, the software wasn't amazing. A lot of stuff was missing. Now that's better. What do we have here? City sound, seat sound, WeCharge, shop. Didn't we have the shop before? Oh, it was already there. IDA, user, games. Yeah, in the seat. That's also awesome. Again, you have your ventilation and your heating. You have max heating, a dry, max air ventilation, and you have auto where it detects it yourself. Hey, it's cold on your seat, it's hot, or you're sweating, and it will do that itself, and also for the passenger, of course. So it doesn't always have to be for me, but it's awesome. Then massage, you have the time here, and it doesn't say what time. It said what intensity that the massage is and what kind of program the massage is. And then you start it, and you can do that for the passenger, of course, as well. And you have position. In the position, then you can synchronize those two. And it means if you press now synchronize, the controls of the driver will change the position of the seat of the passenger. Why don't you do it? Just do it, man! We're almost done. What else is there? And then this is the assist system with everything. Travel assist. Anhängeerkennung. So if you are towing something or not, it will notice itself. I don't have a tow hook, so I won't have that. And ambient light has now more zones, not just two, because you have this should be a light. I can't remember if this is a light, but this and this is different. And then the middle console, and I think the door or the foot area. So we have more zones, but only two colors. And if the guy who's doing this will go to brightness here, we could see all the zones, but he doesn't do it. Idiot. I think that's it, huh? Oh yeah, we have the IDA again, where he explains what to do, and you can change the wake word and everything. And that's it. And then I will show you from the ID5 trip, where I show you the infotainment system, that it is working really nice and well fast, which I liked. Where are we? Channel, that's me. Videos, I want September. Where is my ID5? Where is my ID5 from September? 6 months ago? No. There it is. Got it.
Hello, everyone.
Ah, shut up. Blah, blah, the guy says. Can we have a bit more resolution? Premium, better quality, that's it. There we have. This screen in the ID5 is smaller. ID7 has a 15-inch screen. This is a 12.3-inch screen. And the ID5 still has the normal cockpit that ID4, 5 and 3 have now too. ID7 doesn't have that anymore. But it still has the same head-up display. So in my opinion, this is better. I think I would like that more, to have the drive data all here and to use this, but we'll see. But the screen is smaller, so we'll see how that is. But it has the same functions and the same things to do. It's all the exact same in the screen. And this is the charging screen, by the way. We're gonna go to it at the end, I think. Are we? Yeah, this is the charging power. It says right now this ID5 GTX should charge with 134 kilowatt, which is not good, because I have seen this car charge with 180 kilowatt peak. But it's also at 49%. Then 134 is not that bad. At almost 50%, that's pretty good. So driving. Where's my... Yes. Now we're back. This woman drove with me, by the way. And I contacted her if I can have a car right now to test ID4 with the new hardware, new motor, and she didn't reply. So I didn't make a good impression. Even though a few months ago she was very nice to me. Oh, what I see in the smaller screen, it looks way smaller here now, hey? You have less buttons down here. So there were 3 on this side and there were at least 2 or 3 on this side, right? This changed. It looks, this is for sure smaller, and we didn't do the favorite. I have no idea when you go down here. But I'm clicking around and you can see how fast it is now. You go from here to this. It's way better than what you have seen in the ID7, which was 6 months earlier. Turn this thing on. And we go into navigation, we go in this, we go into home screen again, next page, into the drive. Yeah, and here is our, we had 42%. Did I only use 7% in the 45 minutes drive? And your charge limit that you can switch, and you didn't, then your, this is the same. Your climate in the ID4.5 doesn't have the air vents the same, so this is different. And in the car, and this all loads really well. Oh, that looked different. The drive data looked different. Go to drive data again, man. It's a different design because it doesn't fit side by side. Remember in the ID7 it was like this, and it still shows the instant consumption. That's the most important. And it doesn't show the odometer. In the ID7 it showed the odometer here. This is now still in status, I guess, like it is now with ID3, 4, 5 in the old version. So it really switches around very fast. But right in this comparison now that we watched ID7, now this, it is substantially smaller. What else? Ambient has a different color. I will get the premium sound. We'll see how that is. Service feature, Spotify. It has Spotify. We'll see if I have Spotify. You see me 3 times here. 3 hands. The map was a bit weird. I have to see if I can change colors for that. Because this gray, I don't know. Didn't like it so much. I hope this here, it says color scheme, not scheme, whatever. I hope I can change this somehow. And see different colors that are nicer. This 23 degrees thing here for the outside temperature, was this in the ID7 too? I don't think so. It looks a bit more cramped in the ID4 with the smaller screen. I prefer what ID7 showed me. Huh. 16 seconds ad again. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think it's every half hour that the ad is coming, something like this. Did you receive the car yet? No, then I would be in the car showing you that. That would be way more interesting. Oh, we got money. 23.39. Oh, just tell Cindy that. Ah yeah, this is the ending. All the stuff you get. Yes, I think we're done. We went through everything. I wonder if Volkswagen is going to increase level 2 charging rate to 19 or 22 kilowatt. No, they won't. It will be an 11 kilowatt charger for a while. They won't change that. It's enough in most cases. Yep, I hope I will find out more this week. Is there any way to see current interior temperature? Not that I know of. The MG4 had that. I love how some reviewers say ID Software 4.0 is barely an improvement. Some reviewers have beef with Volkswagen for sure. I think it's a big improvement in function and in fast, but it's still based on the same how it looks like and how you interact with it. And if you don't like that, then 4.0 doesn't make it any better. Will you get buffer? If I get it this year, I will try. We'll see. Like game? What is like game? I don't know what that means. The like game. I thought we don't do Let's Talk EV today, so nobody will like the stream anyways. And 66 people liked without me saying anything. But I'm gonna do it. Like. Okay, let's play the like game if you haven't been here before, even though this is not the normal Sunday evening Let's Talk EV talk. We all press like at the same time. There are 77 people here. I will count down with my fingers here, and then we all press like at the same time. It's always fun to see the number go up very fast. It's a tradition, the same as the manual video we did today. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1, and like. Let's see. We are at 66 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100. That's always our goal. If we can get 100 likes, that's always a lot of fun. There we go. I'm a bit behind. I can see myself counting down now. And here I said like, so I'm 10 seconds or 15 seconds behind. 69. Nice. So childish. So infantile. Stays at 69. 84. Wow. Can we get to 100? Come on. 87. It's okay. I lost again. It's fine. Even though it was a long stream today, one of almost 2 hours we did today, and people left. It's fine. That was interesting. It's nice to go through the manual to see a few things that I didn't know before. With the windshield, we'll have to see. I have to check that out. And it's always nice to see a few things that I didn't know before, and I'm very excited. I don't know if this self-parking thing from outside will come in the car right away, or this will take a bit. We'll see. Are you excited to experiment with the automatic vents? Hopefully they are not buggy. Well, it's not automatic vents. You tell them where to go. And I don't think it's something that can be buggy, because it's like changing the seat with a button. Here you do something infotainment system, and then vents are moving. So it's the same as in the Model 3, Model Y. And I doubt I will use it too much unless I'm very hot or very cold. Then I will use it. Other than that, I won't use that too much. I want it to my feet and to the window. I don't want air blowing in my face. But maybe if I do everything and let the air go away from me. Right now in the ID3, if I put the air so it doesn't blow on me, because I don't like the air on me the whole time, unless I'm extremely hot in the summer. We don't read manuals. I do. I like it. It's enjoyable. The first time when I made a video, it was about the Hyundai Kona, the first version, and I read the whole manual before I got the car, and I found out so many things. Don't the vents automatically aim at colder or hotter spots to make the air temperatures more even? Not that I know of. They have the weave mode. What is a weave mode? Then I don't like that at all, that it changes around. Ah, that's true. You're right. They showed us. They showed that, and I didn't get why. I would want that. That's true. That's true. You're right. You're right. You're right. I don't think I will experiment much with that. I think that's a gimmick. The same as I have to experience the air vents if they're good or not. In the Audi Q8 e-tron, for example, the auto function was the best to make the air nice and comfy. In my ID3, auto is horrible. I have air on me. I have the middle air vents closed with then barely any air is coming out, or Cindy has all the air on her and she doesn't like that either. Probably if you pick a smart AC mode, it will aim at certain spots. That's possible. Okay, I think we're done for today. Thank you very much for being here. That was a lot of fun. We have 80 new likes. We have a new member here on YouTube. If you want to support the channel, there's channel membership here on YouTube and Patreon support. You pay a tiny bit. You can decide how much on Patreon, even €1. You get info earlier and you can ask questions. And if you need some input, whatever, on Patreon there's even a chat like Discord where we chat with each other. I say if there's something going on, they tell me if they have something going on. We have a little chat here with people. And on YouTube we also talk a lot, and like I said, they get the info always way earlier and fast. They know everything that's happening in the background because they promote me and they should or support me, and I want to support them. They're awesome. Thank you very much to channel members and Patreons. You guys rule, and gals. Yes, that's it for tonight. You all have a great week. I will go to work tomorrow. I was this week off. I was sick. But tomorrow is work. And if I know something, I'm pretty sure I will make a video about it. The delivery video, when the delivery is. And then, of course, when I pick up the ID7, there will be thousands of videos. Billions of videos. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.